This is like straight taken from Wikipedia. So these are some bullet pointers. Music of the spheres, volcanoes, mud pots, wind, rain, surf, crickets, frogs. You can read along. Morse codes, tractor, bus, auto, kiss of a mother and a child, and a tame dog. All these things, a chimpanzee wind. These are tagged as the sounds of Earth that were chosen for what?
Yeah, this is a very interesting funda. I think I knew this fact before. This is the golden disk recording aboard the Voyager spacecraft, which we have sent to the deep space, right?
Absolutely spot on. And yeah, bang on there. Good answer. So these are the contents of the Voyager Golden Record. If you can see here, the laughter is of Carl Sagan. So he was the one who kind of headed this whole project, and it was also being overseen by Jimmy Carter. So basically, for the audience, this is the Golden Record that was sent across the two Voyagers, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, and it has a lot of interesting stuff recorded from Earth. So that if there is any interstellar activity, if this meets the aliens know about
Yeah.
us a little bit better. So there is hello or greetings or namaste in 55 languages from the Earth. Uh, then there are music pieces of Beethoven, Bach, Mozart. So also one interesting fact that I learned yesterday only from our Instagram group is that the Voyager 1 now completes. It is so far away from us that it is one light day away from us. So you never know. The disk is out there.
Wow.
If some alien has an has a gramophone, it can listen to all these things. And one more interesting fact about this is there is one Indian representation also, very prominent Indian representation on the Voyager Golden Record, which is by Kesarbai Kairkar. So she recorded this song called Jaat Kaha Ho in 1950s, I guess. So that is
Nice.
one Hindi or uh, Indian song that is there on the Golden Record of on the Voyager. So crazy stuff, and I think you just need to check out all the other contents, and it is a great project. I feel that sounds from the Earth sent into space and into the void, and you know you never know, some maybe 100 2,000 years down the line there will be some alien that makes contact with us through this. So crazy project, I guess.
Yeah. This was, and specifically the Indian connect was so surprising. Like I didn't know that fact, and yeah, that's amazing. And if I'm not wrong, tying back to the paintings stuff, isn't the Vitruvian Man also present on the Golden Voyager record, like as a true to scale human representation or something?
Yeah, could be. I mean, there are multiple such things,
This needs to be
but
fact
I'm
checked.
sure, yeah, yeah. But I won't be surprised if it's there by Da Vinci. Cool. So here's question two, simple one. So these are the timestamps. Swigert says okay something. Lowell replies something. Then Swigert says this red box is what I need. That's the main part of the answer. Then Luzmas replies this is dash. Say again please, because they couldn't hear it the first time. Lowell again says da 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 da. We've had a main B bus undervoot. So these two red
Yeah.
blanks are the same, and they both are like they both are the same thing, and this is a very iconic thing, and also it connects to the theme. So what are these timestamps of, or who's Swigert, who's Lowell, what is the funda, or you can just simply tell me what have I blanked out in the red box.
Okay. First of all, what a way to make the question. Like this literally is a murder mystery as a question. Is the feeling I'm getting.
Yeah,
Okay,
but there are a
Dash.
lot of hints, and a lot of evidence is there which you can use for working it out. So think about, there are timestamps, there is a dialogue, someone can't hear clearly. It also connects to the theme of the quiz, and the last line that they have had something
Okay.
underworld. So they basically, there was a small explosion, and hence they had to abort something. So
Okay.
what could
Okay.
it be?
Okay. Okay. I'll think it out loud. So I'll explain you what my process to getting where I am is. First, first of all, when Swigert says "Okay, Dash," my head goes to "Okay, Boomer," but clearly the rest of the conversation doesn't support that. So "Okay, Dash." So I'm assuming that this is a name of a famous person that you have blanked out, and that is why this is going. Then, in a span of 20, 30, 10 to 15 seconds, this entire exchange has happened. And we've had a main B bus under Volt, and there is a static. So there is like a miscommunication or like a static overlap that you cannot hear and you have to repeat it again. So my guess in this particular scene is it Houston, we have a problem?
Insane. What a wonderful
Woo!
this question. To
Dude,
work
this was
out.
amazing.
Insane. So this is Houston, we have a problem. The very famous line. So
Nice.
what a wonderful way. Great cracker.
Dude, this was nice. I did not know
Amazing.
this was the
So
exchange that happened.
yeah, this is the actual exchange that happened on Apollo 13. But because of this little explosion, Swigert says we've had a problem here. And then Lowell actually says, Houston, we've had a problem. The actual line is, Houston, we've had a problem, right? But the popular
Right.
misquote is, Houston, we have a problem. So,
We have a problem.
so yeah, and of course it was shown in the movie Apollo 13 where Kevin Bacon plays Swigert and Tom Hanks plays Lovell. And the original one is, as I said, okay, Houston, we've had a problem. But people obviously for anything now that goes wrong or haywire and, you want to convey that there is a problem of drastic proportions or unforeseen problems are there, you just say that Houston, we have a problem. So my next rabbit hole that I went into was this about misquotes. You know how we often
Right.
assume that the dialogue was said or a particular quote was said in a particular way, but it's actually never said or it was never said in that way. So there is a whole list of things that we just assume to be true. It's also called Mandela Effect because a lot of people
Mandela effect.
assume,
Yes.
yeah, that Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 80s, but which was of course not true back then. And
Right.
but a lot of people common memory says that that he was not there or he passed away in the prisons in the 80s, so that something like Mandela Effect comes into picture, and these are some of the misquotes that I have put. I mean, just as a fun follow-up, if you can give me a small tidbit about who said these or what was the original one. So here's the first one. Let them eat cake.
This is Marie Antoinette.
Perfect. So this is attributed to Marie Antoinette, but she never said that. In fact, the original quote is "Let them have brioche," which is like a
Very
savory
on
bread.
theme, very
Yeah,
French.
yeah, yeah. So she never said "Let them eat cake." The next one is this: "You want the truth?
This
You
is
can't handle the truth."
what's that guy's name? Tom Cruise's monologue from A Few Good Men.
Yeah, so this is actually Tom Cruise's character asks Jack. He actually just says, "You can't handle the truth." He never says, "You want the truth." The next one, of course, from our favorite franchise.
Yes.
"Luke, I am your father."
Yeah.
And you know what the original dialogue is, which he actually says. There's just
Yeah,
one word.
he never says, Luke, I'm your father. He says, No,
Yeah.
I am your father.
Yes, he says, "No, I am your father" in Empire Strikes Back. But yeah, of course, people have, who is known it to be Luke, I'm your father for some reason. Uh, yeah, and talking about Empire Strikes Back, I just think about this one thing. This Bangalore joke that's often circulated around, that if you eat a late night dinner at Empire, which is a famous chain of restaurant in Bangalore, so if you eat a late night dinner at Empire, spicy dinner uh, uh, at Empire, then the next day the Empire strikes back. So that's what I always remember when Empire Strikes Back references there. Okay, last one is "Life is like a box of chocolates." So
This Lal Singh Chadda said this, but in Hindi.
you're not wrong. I'll give it to you. Yeah, of course, this is Forrest Gump, but you know the original one? Again, a one word.
No, I've always thought this was the phrase.
Yeah. So it's very simple. It's like life was like a box of chocolate. It's literally that very
Was.
minuscule change. Yeah. But again,
Oh,
everywhere it's captioned
nice.
as life is like a box of chocolates. And of course, our favorite Monopoly guy, people always think that he wears the monocle. But he never
Monocle.
does, Mr. Pennywise. He always, Pennybags, sorry. Uh, he always is without a monocle, but because we always assume that he's some rich guy and,
Yeah.
mascot of Monopoly, he'll always have a monocle to signify that. But no, he doesn't wear it. So that was a
So
rabbit hole
this
I
was
went
a
into.
shorter clip from one of our long form discussion videos. And chances are, if you've watched it so far, you are going to enjoy that one too. So go check it out next. Give us a follow. Let us know what you think of the episode. Thank you for watching and stay curious.